Hey, happy Monday morning, guys. I'm going to spend a few moments here talking to you about how to fill out the response to feedback form from this week for last week's SOAPSTone on stress and anxiety. Okay. If you haven't done the SOAPSTone yet, you need to get that to me as soon as possible so I can give you feedback. If you did turn it in, then you have gotten it returned from me. Once it's returned, you'll see a couple of things. You'll see a score. You'll either see a 1 or a 0.7. Okay. If it's a 1, that means you satisfactorily did the things that I need you to do in the way that I needed you to do them. If it's a 0.7, you have some additions to make, some changes to make. And so please take that feedback into consideration, make changes, and then resubmit, please. Okay. Now, for the response to feedback, guys, there are 3 basic questions I need you to answer. How did you do? All right. If you got a 1, it means you did really well. All right. And so I just want you to talk about that. If you got a 0.7, that means you have some changes to make and some things to think about. What did the feedback reveal? This is where you're going to specifically talk about the feedback that I gave you. And then finally, what you're going to plan to do better next time. All right. These are just conversational. They're informal. All right. It's just a way for you to kind of metacognitively process what you have gotten from your and my interaction through this learning check. Okay. A couple of general feedback items. Okay. So if you'll remember, I provided the success criteria up here for you. These are the things on which I specifically gave you feedback as you work through your SOAPSTone. All right. One thing that showed up a lot is we're getting better at this, but we still need to continue to work through this a little bit. Is when you're doing purpose in tone, I need you usually using language from the 2 resources that I have given you. All right. And this week I added you had to highlight the word or words in your discovery quote that showed where and how you arrived at this answer up here. And the same is true for tone down here. A lot of you got feedback from me in this regard, asking you to please go back and highlight the word or words that helped you arrive at your answer. So please do that. The other thing I want to just comment on generally is when I give you guys, I got to move this. When I give you guys an example, the idea is, one, it's to help you initially to get started so you can kind of see what I'm looking for, but it's also to go back and compare yours to in the end to make sure that yours kind of looks like mine. So, for example, if you don't have both an answer and a discovery quote in each of these sections like I do in mine, that should be telling you that something needs to be added, all right? If you're going through and you see like, wait a minute, Syrie highlighted stuff in tone and he highlighted stuff in purpose. I didn't do that. That's a pretty good indication that you need to go back and do that, all right? So the example, again, serves 2 purposes: to get you started, but also to make sure that you're ending in the way that you're supposed to. And of course, just because I've done this doesn't mean that automatically or magically you're going to do it. But if you see something that's different from yours or in yours from mine, that's a good indication to get a hold of me and let's get this figured out together. All right. So back to where we are. Please complete this response to feedback form. A couple of you who did well last week, I don't expect a whole lot here. All right. You did well. The feedback revealed you did well. What are you going to do better next time? You're just going to continue to kind of learn and go through the process and work through the new things that I'm going to add each week, and I will be doing that later on. So, as always, if you need something, let me know. Other than that, there's your quick little lesson on how to complete the RTF this week. Laters.